Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Tennessee's At Home Learning series for literacy. Today's lesson is for all our first graders out there, though all children are welcome to tune in and enjoy today's story. This lesson is the fourth in this week's series. My name is Miss Clark, and I'm a first grade teacher in Tennessee schools, and I'm so excited to be your teacher for this lesson, boys and girls. So welcome to our virtual classroom. Now, if you didn't see our previous lessons, you can find them on www.tn.gov/education. You can still tune in though today and enjoy today's story, though you may want to go back and first watch our other lessons because we're going to be talking about a few things we learned previously. Now today, boys and girls, we're going to be learning about a fable and the lesson that it will teach us. And before we get started, you're going to need just a few things to participate fully. You're going to need 2 pieces of blank paper, a pencil, and a surface to write on. Now, before we start our new story today, let's look back at our last lesson. You will notice that you see Demeter and Persephone, right, boys and girls, on your screen. This was our myth with the character who had a superpower, right? Or ability that ordinary peoples do not have, right? And Demeter loved and cared for the earth, didn't she? And we even got to illustrate and write about the different feelings Demeter was having. When her daughter was away from her, she was feeling sad, wasn't she? And we noticed that nothing was growing and the fields were looking sparse and there were no beautiful flowers. But when she was with her daughter, she cared for the plants and flowers and she made them grow all year, right? And this was a really fun story, wasn't it, boys and girls? Explaining to us how nature works in our 4 seasons, right? Now today, we are going to compare and contrast some new characters, and that's our goal. Today, we're going to begin with me showing you what that looks like. And then there's just going to be a few minutes for us to practice together. And finally, I will assign you guys your independent work, and you can complete that after our video ends today. Now, the story we're going to be reading today, boys and girls, is called The Wind and the Sun. Now, we've read 2 books in previous lessons that were all special fiction stories called myths, weren't there? Now, The Wind and the Sun is also a special kind of fiction story, but it's a little different than Demeter and Persephone, and even different than Hercules and the Stables. Our story today isn't a myth, but it's a fable. And we know that a fable is a story people began telling long ago, right, boys and girls? Just like many myths. But one thing that is different is the fables teach a lesson. Very nice, boys and girls. You might remember about fables from our previous lessons. Very nice. Now, here we go, boys and girls. Our story today, or our fable, is called The Wind and the Sun, retold by Brenda Parks. Now, boys and girls, take a look at the cover. Who do you think our characters might be? Remember, our goal today was to compare and contrast our characters in the story? Go ahead and point to one of the characters. I agree. Maybe the sun is a character? How cool is that? Yes, boys and girls, the wind, very nice. I still see an illustration of the sun peeking over the cloud. Yeah, and he has eyes, doesn't he? You see that? That's pretty cool. And we've also learned a lot about the sun over the past few lessons, haven't we, boys and girls? Does the sun really have eyes? Absolutely not. Yes, that would be silly, wouldn't it? Remember, this is a special kind of story, a fable. And the characters can be things in nature that think and talk like people, right? Some fables have that personification. Now that makes sense. Now, we also saw that we think the wind might be another character. You guys pointed to the wind also. That's right. And the wind, look at him. He is blowing air around, isn't he? Yeah, that would be a good idea to think that that might be the character of the wind. Now, boys and girls, this fable today is about strength. Everybody say that word with me on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Strength. That's going to be super important to today's story. And strength means how strong you are, right? Hercules had strength, didn't he? He was able to do amazing things that ordinary people couldn't do, right? When he punched those holes through the walls to clean the stables, right? That's right. Now, which character in today's story do you think is strong? Go ahead and turn and share out with the person watching with you today. And why do you think that character could be strong? Do you think it's going to be the sun or the wind? Why do you think that? We'll find out. Also, boys and girls, remember that the fables teach us a lesson. So we're going to read on to find out what lesson we might be learning today. Now, before we hear the story, let's stop and get a note taker ready. We're going to capture some ideas about the sun and the wind as we go throughout the story so we don't forget. So we might be able to help ourselves identify which character has the most strength, the wind or the sun. So go ahead and get your paper and you're going to fold it hot dog style. Yeah, we can pretend like we have a hot dog inside and it's turned long ways. And now you have your 2 columns after you folded it in half. Very nice, boys and girls. Now I'm going to write on my note taker so you can see what you should write on your paper as well. So we can do that together. Now, at the top of the first column, I want you to write the word sun. That's our first character, right, that we're going to be comparing today. The sun. Very nice. We can sound out the word sun. Sun. Nice. Now, go ahead and go to the other column, boys and girls. What do you think our other column is going to say on our chart? That is right. Wind. So we want to write wind. We are thinking about how the sun and wind can have strength. Which one might have most strength in today's story? Okay. Now, boys and girls, one day the wind and the sun were talking. I am very strong, said the wind. I can blow things far, far away. I see the wind. He's blowing the air, isn't he? What's he blowing? Yeah, he's blowing the leaves off the tree, isn't he? Now let's add that information to our chart. That's one strength of the wind I just heard, right, boys and girls? He blows things far away. Blows things far away. Very nice. So we have our first piece of information about the wind. Blows things far away. Now you can even add a sketch to that if you want underneath to help you remember what he was blowing far away. The sun said, "Well, I am strong too. I help plants to grow." Ah, now the sun says he is strong too. And we already know that, don't we? We know that the sun helps plants to grow from our previous lessons. Yeah, we read that in our book, Our Sun, right? Very cool. Now let's add that to our chart because that's a very important detail for the sun, right? Helps plants to grow. To grow. So we added that detail. We quick jotted it on our piece of paper. Helps plants to grow. Very nice. The wind said, "But I am stronger. I can make trees fall." Uh-oh. Point to what the wind is doing, boys and girls. Is he doing it? That's right. So he thinks he is definitely stronger. So let's find out if that's true. "I think you are wrong," said the sun. "I am stronger. I give light to everything." So how is the sun responding? Yeah, he's thinking that the wind is wrong, right? He thinks he is still stronger than the wind. What do you guys think? Are you agreeing with the wind or the sun? Go ahead and turn and share out your thoughts so far with the person watching with you today. Let's see if he's right. And let's add that to our chart because that's another important thing about the sun. Right, boys and girls? Go ahead and write it on your chart with me. Gives light. So our second thing is gives light. So that's another important strength of the sun. So let's read on and see which one we think is going to be the strongest, have the most strength. Wind said, "We will see who can get the man's coat off. Then we will know who is stronger." "Very well," said the sun. "You show me first." Then the sun went and hid behind a cloud. Oh, boys and girls, let's see how this is going to work out. Wind said, "We will see who can get the man's coat off. And then we will know for sure." "Very well," said the sun. "You show me first." The wind blew and blew, and the man closed his coat. Uh-oh, boys and girls. What is the wind doing? Oh, is he being successful, you think, at getting the man's coat off so far? The wind blew even harder, and the man hugged his coat tighter. Uh-oh. Can you pretend you're the man? Go ahead and stand up and pretend you're walking out on a path wearing your coat. When the wind starts blowing, what would you do? That's right. You would cuddle up to your coat, wouldn't you? Put it on tighter. "Ugh, I'm tired," said the wind. Why would he be so tired, boys and girls? Yeah, he did all that hard work blowing and blowing to try to blow the man's coat off, didn't he? Did it work? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Mm-hmm. So do we think the wind is going to be the strongest? Let's keep reading. I'm tired, said the wind. Your turn. Show me how strong you are. The sun came out and made the day warm, and the man opened his coat, took it off. Wait a minute, boys and girls. Did you just hear what happened? Let's read that again. The sun came out and made the day warm, and the man opened his coat and took it right off. That is what I thought I heard. That was easy, wasn't it? The sun came right out and the man took his coat right off. And look at the sun. Point to the sun. How do you think she's feeling? Yeah. She's thinking it's pretty easy. She's smiling. The wind. Point to the wind. He's over there tired, isn't he? Yeah. He tried really hard, didn't he? Mm-hmm. So, boys and girls, do you think that means the sun wins the contest? Maybe. Let's see what the wind thinks about this. You win, said the wind. You are gentle, but you are stronger than I am. Boys and girls, he said the sun wins and the sun was stronger. Is that what you thought the wind would say? That's interesting, isn't it? Now, boys and girls, that was a really important page and a really important part of the story to help us learn about what the lesson was in this fable, wasn't it? We know that the sun wins the contest. But what was the lesson? What did we learn here, boys and girls? I want you to think a little more deeply so we can infer and try to figure this out. Wind told the sun, you were gentle. What does that mean? Yeah, the sun was nice and kind. He was very tender and light with the man. He wasn't forceful or rough like the wind, right? I want you all to show me at home how hard the wind was trying to get that man's coat to blow off. Everybody show me your biggest breath of wind. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wonderful, boys and girls. Yeah, the sun did not have to work so hard, did he? He was the opposite of being forceful or rough. Yeah. He didn't even force him. He just gently approached the man by warming the day up just like normal. The man decided to take the coat off himself, didn't he? He took a very different approach than the wind, right? And you win, said the wind. You were gentle, but you were stronger than I am. Yeah, boys and girls. When we think of the word strong, we think of someone like Hercules, don't we? With the big muscles and the super strength, like when he punched through the walls. But we can be strong in a gentle way, can't we, boys and girls? Yeah. Now look back at your T-chart. What did the wind say that made him stronger than the sun? Let's look back. Yeah, he could blow things far away, right? Yeah, that's right, boys and girls. And he even said he could make the trees fall, and he was for sure he could get that man's coat off, right? All that hard work by forcing it off. Now, let's add that to your chart. I'm going to write, he tried to blow the coat off the man. He tried to blow the coat off the man. Very nice, boys and girls. So let's see your sentence on your wind side of your chart. He tried to blow the coat off the man, right? So that is what happened with the wind. Very nice. And the wind was just trying to show his strength by blowing really hard and being forceful. Yeah. Now I'm going to write that word on the chart because that's an important word for how the wind was being in his approach, right? Forceful. You can write it with me. That was his approach. He was forceful. Good, boys and girls. So we can see that a little closer. Very nice. And what about the sun? If we were going to write a word on our sun side of our column, we're going to take a note there. What word might we use for the sun's approach? Would it be forceful? Can you think of a word? Everybody whisper into your hand and share out with me all together. 1, 2, 3. Gentle. That's right, boys and girls. Gentle. So we know the sun's approach is gentle. So he was able to actually get the man to take off his coat. A different approach, right? Think about that. And we learned what the lesson in this fable was, boys and girls, didn't we? By comparing and contrasting the sun and the wind, right? This lesson in this fable is that being gentle can win over force sometimes, doesn't it? You might also say you can be gentle and strong at the same time. Now, boys and girls, I want to know what your favorite part of the story was today. So I want you to look at these pictures as we review, and I want you to think of what your most favorite part of the story was and why. And I want you to write about your opinion and provide at least one reason for it. And you can even use your chart. Okay, if your favorite part was the wind using all his power to blow, or maybe the sun being so gentle about her approach, okay? And I would love for you to even illustrate a favorite part of your story as well. Now, boys and girls, you see on your screen some of the words we heard in our story today, and I would love you to include them in your writing, okay? You might use sun, you might use wind, depending on what you're going to talk about. Forceful or strength. That was a really important word in today's story, wasn't it? Boys and girls, I so enjoyed working with you today on this fable, and thank you for inviting me into your home. I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson in Tennessee's at-home learning series. Have a great night.
Five on the top and 5 on the bottom.
That.
And we'll make sure those are even. And I've already taken out all the jokers, and then the kings are wild cards. You know what wild cards are?
Yes, you can pick whatever one.
Yeah, they can be whatever you want. And then if you get a jack or a queen, you have to throw it away. So I'll show you. So look up here.
Okay.
So I've got a 7. So where would a 7 go? We know this is 5. So if we count up, that would be 6, 7. Then I pull it up, and I got a 6. That's going to go right before the 7. 5. Oh, I'm going in order.
5.
And I got a 3. 2. Ace. What's ace?
Ace is 1.
1. 7. I already have a 7, so now I have 2. Ooh, I did good. Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay. Let me see if I can.
Oop, the very first top card. There you go.
I got
Queen. What happens to the queen?
at the Jordan.
You have to throw it away.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, what do you have to throw him away? Your turn again.
Away. I have an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Awesome. I love the way you counted that.
Let's see, I got a 3.
Ooh, where does the 3 go?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're doing really good.
Got a king, and then I got a 5. Let's see if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my gosh, we're tied.
Or tried.
3 in the trash.
Trash.
5. Oh, I already have a 5. Oh my gosh, who's gonna win?
It's gonna win. I got it. 4.
Ah, did you win? Awesome
Yes,
job!
I did it.
5. Great game.
Hello, my most amazing artist. Today, you're going to be creating with me. My name is Cassie Stevens, and I love creating. If you love making things as much as I do, you can find more videos just like this one on my YouTube channel. You can find me at Cassie Stevens. Today, we're going to be making something called origami. Origami is the Japanese art form of folding paper. Did you know that you can take a flat piece of paper and transform it just by folding it? Today, we're going to be transforming a piece of paper and creating a home. You could create your home, maybe a fantasy home, a beautiful home that one day you hope to live in. Speaking of home, when you're finished decorating it, you can share who is inside of your home. Maybe drawing your family, your pets, and more. All right, guys, let's get started. To create your origami house, begin with a vertical piece of paper. Take the top of the paper and bring it down to the bottom. Hold it in place and then fold in half. Now take the left side of your paper and bring it over to the right. Sometimes that can be tricky. Paper isn't always easy to fold. Be patient with it. Once you've got it folded in half, unfold. Bring that left side to the center fold. There you go. This will be one side of our house. To create the roof, open that opening right there, bring it down and squish the triangle down. Same thing on the other side. Bring it over to the center fold, flatten it, open it, and bring down the roof. There you go. Can be a little tricky. A little practice can help you out. House is finished. Now let's decorate the outside of the house. It could look like your house. It could look like a friend's house or a family member's house. It could be a house of your dreams. The choice is yours. This is your masterpiece. So decorate it with a windows, some doors, flowers, plants, add a texture to the roof. You get to decide. Once the outside of your house is complete, what's waiting on the inside? Could you draw your family? Could you draw your house pets? Could you draw the furniture within your house? That's up to you. I'm going to focus on the people that I love that live in my house. I'll start with me. I'm just using some simple shapes and maybe even some other family members and my pets. Once you're all finished, then you can start to add color. You could use crayons, markers, and colored pencils. The choice is yours. Have fun creating.